Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kitty Mary and today I am going to share with you 50, actually more than 50, fashion tips, fashion habits, things that you can do if you want to improve the way with which you consume fashion and style and garments and textiles, more synonyms for clothing. I did a 50 plus list video I think last year and it did really well and a lot of you guys really liked it, so I thought I wanted to make it, I don't know, maybe into a series where I, just as with the things I don't buy anymore series, go into different aspects of sustainable living, today being fashion. Or maybe not just fashion, but also just wearing clothes, because although we might not all be interested in fashion and style, we are all interested in being dressed. At least most of the time. I hope that you're going to enjoy this list of 50 tips. I have enjoyed making it. Let me know down below if you have any more fashion and garment tips, because I mean, we can just expand this list, y'all. We can do it together. Let's just get into it, okay? Remember that the most sustainable clothes are the ones you already own, and a sustainable fashion routine first and foremost includes changing our perspective and attitude towards clothing and not relying on shopping as a leisure activity. Before buying something from a fast fashion shop, check online secondhand apps like Depop, Zadar, Trend Sales, Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, ThredUp, Poshmark. I also have a list of online secondhand options on my blog. Support sustainable and ethical companies if you can, rather than buying fast fashion. If you're buying clothes from a physical shop, let the cashier know that you don't need a plastic bag if you already have room in your purse or if you can carry it. It's a little bit of plastic, but it's better to avoid it if you really don't need it. Have in mind that many fast fashion brands throw away tons of goods that are returned from online orders. So buying tons of stuff you're not sure you want to keep is not always a sustainable idea, and it can actually lead to a lot of waste. When in need of basic items like socks and plain t-shirts, check out your local thrift shops. If you cannot afford to pay more than the prices for fast fashion, actually thrifted basics are often much cheaper. You can of course also check out secondhand apps for this. New trends are surfacing every week, but think twice before investing in new trendy pieces. Think about whether or not you will like it once they stop being trendy. Base your wardrobe on trans-seasonal items, stuff that you can wear all year or most of the year, or at least for more than just one season. This is not always possible, but for many people and with a lot of clothes, it is. It quickly becomes unsustainable if you want to buy a new outfit for every event, every wedding, party, or the festive occasion. A much more earth-friendly alternative is to simply have a couple of pieces that can be styled for formal occasions. Repeating outfits is not a bad thing. Come on, say it with me. Repeating outfits is not a bad thing. Clothing is not disposable, so let's not treat it that way. While only 2.4% of the world's arable land is planted with cotton, 25% of the world's insecticides and 18% of the world's pesticides are used to grow it. So if you're buying new cotton, a more sustainable choice would be to go for organic cotton. Recycled garments are also more sustainable than virgin materials. It requires more than 2,700 liters of water to make one cotton t-shirt. So buying something made from recycled cotton saves a ton of resources. Base your wardrobe on clothing made from organic materials rather than synthetic. Materials such as acrylic, polyester, nylon, and many more are made from oil, aka a fossil fuel, and turned into plastic before woven into materials for clothing. You can also choose clothing made from organic hemp or linen, which require a lot less resources than cotton. Buy your leather items pre-loved, second-hand or vintage, because the production of new leather is extremely polluting. Over 80% of tanneries today still tan their leather with chrome, which is toxic both to the environment and to people who work with the garments. Normalize borrowing over shopping for new. If you're going to a formal event and have nothing to wear, borrowing from a friend is a really good idea. And vice versa. If possible, then try to normalize borrowing clothes in your friend group. You can also arrange a clothing swap event. This is also tons better than shopping for new. Here you bring all the clothes that you don't wear anymore, and this is a perfect way of giving your wardrobe a new puff of air without spending a dime. You can also rent more fancy clothes for special events, which is more sustainable and economical as well. You can evolve your style and explore fashion in a sustainable lifestyle. But one of the things that is the most important here is to think about timeless style, not as a universal concept, but rather what feels timeless or versatile to you. Then go for those styles, rather than what is deemed timeless for everybody. There is no such thing. When it comes to underwear and socks especially, be mindful of the material. These items are washed frequently, and if they're made from synthetic fibers like polyester, they will release microplastic every time they're washed. When shopping secondhand, it can be a brilliant idea to learn how to alter clothing to fit your body perfectly. As such, there's suddenly an infinite number of possibilities with secondhand items, even if they don't fit you at first. Don't buy clothes with sparkle or glitter. Glitter is just plastic and will release microplastic both when washed and worn. When you look for clothes, look for styles that seem feasible for you to fix when they break. It is both frustrating and unsustainable to not be able to fix your favorite pieces of clothing when they get small tears or damages. So look at the item and see where they potentially could break and if you could possibly fix it. As such, clothing are not disposable and could last for decades. Have a sewing kit in your home so you can repair small tears before they become big tears. The internet also have tons of guides on how to fix clothes. Additionally, you can look in your local area for tailors or people that can fix your clothes if you're not able to. Read the washing guide on your clothes and find out the best ways to clean them. Washing some clothes on too high or too low temperatures can damage them and make them unwearable, so knowing how to take care of your items will automatically be more sustainable. Only wash clothes that are actually dirty. Many items do not need washing after just one day of wear. Feel it, smell it. If it doesn't smell downright bad, don't waste space in the washing machine on it. If your clothes smell kind of off but not downright bad, let them air out overnight or put them in the freezer. Both things can remove odors. This goes for activewear specifically, but can be applied to all garments. Don't toss them in the corner of your bedroom all crunched up. Make a habit out of stretching them out and hanging them to dry. This will also prevent odors. If you spill something on your clothes, there's no need to throw it in the wash, at least not always. A lot of the time you can get away with simply just spot washing the stain if the rest of the shirt is still clean. For synthetic fibers in general, a particle filtration bag will stop some of the microplastic from entering our water systems. When doing your laundry, avoid using fabric softeners. They're highly toxic and unhealthy both for you and for the environment. As an alternative, you can add a few drops of essential oil to your laundry load for scent and a tablespoon of vinegar for softness. It does matter which type of detergent you use as well. Many detergents contain harmful chemicals, plus they're wrapped in plastic. A good start is finding an alternative in a cardboard box, but there are other options as well. One alternative to conventional detergents is soap nuts. They contain a natural soap that is activated once they get in contact with water. Add a few nuts to a tote bag and throw it into the machine. The nuts can be used 4 to 5 times and afterwards they're completely compostable. You can also try laundry sheets. These come in plastic-free packaging and are also free from toxic chemicals. Turn down the temperature. It's not all clothes that need to be washed at 40 to 60 degrees Celsius. Lots of it is perfectly fine on 30 and it saves energy as well. Avoid the dryer. This will not only be more sustainable because not using a dryer will save some serious energy, but it will also make your clothes last longer because the dryer wears them out and damages them. Remember to fold your jumpers rather than hanging them. This is a low effort way of maintaining jumpers and knitted stuff, but it will make them keep their shape longer and generally just make them wearable for longer. Clothes don't go in the bin. 5% of US landfill consists of textiles and 17 million tons of garment end up in landfills every single year. So first step is keeping your clothes out of the bin. Donating clothes you don't wear anymore is for sure a good idea. But don't just donate them anywhere. Some places have to throw out tons of unwanted clothes because they cannot move it fast enough. There are also greenwashing schemes like H&M's clothing recycling program, which is also known to discard the majority of their donations. So ask charity shops if they have the capacity. Upcycling your clothing is tons more sustainable than throwing them away as well, and there's so many things you can do with it. You can use unwanted textile to make makeup remover wipes or tote bags or reusable napkins. Zero waste essentials, you know. By doubling the life of clothing from 1 to 2 years, you can help reduce emissions from clothing production and disposal by as much as 24%. When supporting sustainable brands, it's often possible to send broken clothes back to them for recycling. Remember that you can actually compost a lot of clothing. Natural materials like cotton, linen, and hemp and many others are completely biodegradable. Learn about the impact of your clothes. You can start by watching my videos, about the impact of fast fashion, cotton or greenwashing. Follow sustainable and ethical fashion blogs and unfollow content creators who promote mindless consuming. This will make the mental shift from over-consuming to conscious consuming much easier. Look at the whole picture of a fashion brand. Are they really sustainable for putting out a recycled cotton dress when they still don't pay their workers? Supporting companies that not only take responsibility for their production but also their employees. Don't be scared to ask questions. If you're thinking about supporting a brand but you cannot tell if they're sustainable or not, ask them about their supply chains, ask them about their workers' wages, about their waste management systems. Don't settle for a vague speech about some unspecific ethos. Ask for proof, numbers and facts. Some of the certificates you can look for are GOTS certified cotton, B Corp or Fairtrade. You can also look for collaborations with organizations like 1% for the Planet. Talk to your friends and family about the impact of clothes and be an example for conscious consuming when giving green gifts and wishing for secondhand items. Kickstart your sustainable fashion habits by watching documentaries about the impact of fashion, like The True Cost or River Blue. You can also support online campaigns that fight for textile workers' rights. Only 2% of all garment workers are paid a livable wage, and sweatshops is still the most widespread production method for garments today. Help end it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I also want to take this opportunity to shout out Brightly. I've been following them on Instagram and TikTok for the longest time, and I am about to do a collab with them over on their channel where I'm also going to talk about sustainable fashion, and it's going to be both a little bit of beginner's tips and a little bit of more advanced tips. But I definitely think you should go and give them a follow. They just recently opened up their YouTube channel, and I'm really excited to be working with them and making content for their site occasionally as well. So just a little suggestion. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Take really good care of yourselves. Until next time. Bye! Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys help me create green zero waste content, and I love you guys. You can find the links to my social media accounts down below and the link to my Patreon on this screen. Bye!